From the coast to coast, across the seven seas. From the coast to coast, across the seven seas.
Same chords, completely different impact. If your piano accompaniment sounds empty, it's not your rhythm pattern or even because you are a beginner. The problem is because you are missing one of these structural elements. But let me show you how to do that. Let's do this accompaniment on the song Wasted Years by Iron Maiden, because this song has a lot of guitars, drums, and a lot of heavy stuff, and our goal is to turn these things to the piano. What I mean, this song still need to be sounds good, but playing on the piano during the accompaniment. And to make easier to follow this lesson home, make sure to download the PDF file for free. The link is in the description down below. The first step is to get to know the chords. And since our goal here is to understand this technique, I'm gonna play this song in the key of C. So we have this chord progression: A minor, A, C, E with A. I'm doing octaves over here, so A plus A, G major, G, B, D with G. And then we're gonna repeat this, so A minor again, G major again, F major, F, A, C with F, and then we have A minor again, G major again, and F major again. For the second step, let's add rhythm to these chords. But here's the catch. Let's play only the rhythm, repeat those chords only for the first two beats. This is the half pattern, because now you are leaving room to play other things after you learn how to play this half pattern. So for these chords, you have 1, 2, just like this, and leave the 3 and 4 empty. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then move to the other chords. 1, 2, room. 1, 2, leave it the space. 1, 2, space. Exactly the same thing. And by the way, if you're looking for a piano course, especially for beginners, I'll leave a link of my course in the description down below. Back to the lesson, let's listen to how this half pattern sounds with the vocals.
From the coast to coast, across the seven seas, and traveling on, shining by. But now it seems I'm just a stranger to myself, and the things I sometimes do, it isn't me but someone else.
Now it is time to add the surprising elements to this song. In other words, breaking the expectations, yours and the listeners. And to do that, you have to play a different surprise elements. You can play a lot of them, you can build like arpeggios, different techniques, rhythms, patterns, licks, and so much more. But for this video, let's focus on 3 different elements. So the first one is the fill element. And to do that, you're gonna play the chord, for example, A minor, A, C, E with A, and then you have these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, still thinking about the chord. And you go to the third note and play third, second note, third note, and then fifth. Sounds like this. And play half pattern plus this first surprise element, the fill, you have this sound. 1, 2, surprise. Again, half pattern, surprise. And this, my friends, is a pattern, which means you can play exactly the same thing to other chords. For example, G major. Same thing, G major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you play third, second, third, and fifth. Or you can go to the middle note, play one note backwards, middle note, and one note, the last note, upwards. So you have 1, 2, 3. One more time playing the both chords. 1, 2. This was the surprise element number 1. Let's learn now the surprise element number 2. And for this one, we're gonna play a lick or a notes descending. Let's see how to do that. You play again the chord, for example, G major. So, and then you go to the top note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the last one, and play just 4 notes going back, going down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. You have 1, 2. But to turn this into something more interesting to play into here, let's play together the root of the chord, which means every time you play these notes, you're gonna play together the G. Exactly the same thing, but playing together. Playing the half pattern, and this part you have 1, 2, 1, 2. And the same thing, this is gonna work for every single chord. One more example, A minor. So go to the top note and play 4 notes going down. We have 1, 2. Adding the root to this part, now you have, it sounds like this. Playing the 2 chords just to get to know the sound, we have same thing, it is a pattern, which means you can play this exact same thing in other chords as well. And now moving on, we have the surprise element number 3. And for this pattern, it's one of my favorites. You're gonna play doing an inversion of the chord, which I call affirmation. And for that, again, you play the chord, G major, it's over here. And then you play the half pattern. And then you move this bottom note to the top, this G over here, and then you do it again with this B to the top over here, and one more time, and you keep going, doing exactly the same idea through the piano. And you can play this technique upwards and downwards as well. You can play just going up and going down, the same idea. For our example, we have 1, 2, affirmation, affirmation, and affirmation. Playing the tempo, we have this 1, 2. One more time. And the same thing for other chords. For example, F major. F major is over here, so we'll move this F to the top here, and then this A to the top here. Playing the pattern plus the surprise element, we have 1, 2, playing the both chords we have. Now, my friends, that we have the 3-element surprise, now it's time to combine all together, which means we're gonna place those elements in this way. So you play the first chord, A minor, you play half pattern plus the surprise element 1. For the second chord, you play again half pattern, surprise element 2. For the third chord, you play half pattern, repeat the surprise element 1. And for the fourth chord, we're gonna play again half pattern and the surprise element number 3. So now you have this pattern to use. First chord, half pattern plus surprise 1. Second chord, half pattern plus surprise 2. Third chord, half pattern plus surprise 1 again. Fourth chord, half pattern plus surprise 3. And you're gonna repeat that, keep going. So let's listen to how this sounds with the vocals.
From the coast to coast, across the 7 seas, traveling on, shining light. But now it seems I'm just a stranger to myself, and the things I sometimes do isn't me but someone else.
Step number 4 is the horizontal distribution. And this is one of my favorite things about to build arrangements, because now you have the option to play exactly the same thing but in different octaves. For example, we have the first chord, A minor, and the surprise element 1. Nothing changed here. But for the second chord, G major, we can play exactly the same thing but in different octave. And simply doing that gives us freedom to have different sounds to your arrangements. For example, you can have low, medium, and now high parts. And for this, just to have a framework to play, you can do that, for example, in just one surprise element. You can play the first regular and the second one. Every time you play, you can move to different octaves. And of course, you can do so much more than that. You can play the chords at the bottom of the piano and then move different octaves. You can repeat the chords in different parts, the highest one, and then move to the low, having contrast when you're playing. But just to give you ideas, let me play this part doing the second chord in different octave for you.
From the coast to coast, across the 7 seas, traveling on, shining light. But now it seems I'm just a stranger to myself, and the things I sometimes do isn't me but someone else.
And now to show you how these frameworks of building arrangements is so powerful, let me now show you more variations about to build this idea. Every time I'm gonna play, right now, I'm gonna play at the beginning the half pattern and then something. This something could be the surprise elements that we did. This something could be arpeggios. This something could be a different lick, a different chord, for example, sus chords, could be different octaves. Might sound for you a lot of new things, but every time I'm following exactly the same idea. Half pattern and then something new. Half pattern and then something new. Really keep that in mind because it's so much easier than you think. Now, let me show you this exact same song doing exactly the same idea, but are doing more variations.
From the coast to coast, across the seven seas, and traveling on, shining by. But now it seems I'm just a stranger to myself, and the things I sometimes do. It isn't me, but someone else. Close my eyes, and I think of another city goes by in the night. Oh, ain't it funny how it is? You never miss it till it's gone away, and my heart is lying there, and will be till my dying day. Oh, so understand. Don't waste your time always searching for those wasted years. Oh, face up and make you stand, and realize you're living in the golden years.
Now, click on this video up here to learn more about accompaniments like that. So, thank you for watching and I see you in the next tutorial. Ciao!